All right, thanks for being here. Today's date is November 2nd. My name is Kelly Poupard. I own Poupard Tent Rental, and we service Monroe County, Michigan. Again, thank you for the business over the years. We're going to try to keep this video very brief and to the point and get you guys the answers to some of our frequently asked questions that we get all the time. So let's dive right in. For your convenience, we have listed the 16 questions that we cover in this video. They are listed in two separate pictures. We would love for you to watch the entire video. However, if you just have one specific question, feel free to scan ahead and find the answer to that question. First question that we get asked all the time: what sizes of tents do you offer and how much do they cost? So on our website, we have a current list of pricing each year. And we're going to put up a picture of 2022 pricing right now. You'll see that there's prices listed for the tents themselves, and then the tents with the tables and chairs. We do have a pretty good package deal with the tables and chairs. Keep in mind, this also does include delivery, so there's no extra charge for that. It also includes us setting up every table and chair for you, as well as tear down of all the tables and chairs. We don't require our customers to stack or fold anything, which we get a lot of positive feedback on. So you'll see again prices for 20 by 20s, 20 by 30s, and 20 by 40s listed here. You'll see those same tents listed with it, tables and chairs that come with that. Typically our tents seat anywhere from about 48 people to 100 people seating at one time. All of our tents are white in color, and all of our tables and chairs are white as well. Question number 2, what extras do you offer? So on this list, you'll see at the bottom, we have some lighting that comes. It's a 48-foot strand of lighting with the 100-foot extension cord that we bring and hang up in the tents for you. We have chill and fill tables, which are 6 foot in length. They have a drain plug in the center. We also have tent fans, and new for 2022, we are offering cocktail tables, which are 32-inch in diameter. They are bar height, and they will come with a white table linen that will cover the entire table itself and the legs all the way to the ground. The cocktail tables are going to rent 3 tables with the linen for each table for $100. Question number 3, how do you book? The only way to book with us is to call us on the phone, and we will walk you through all the details. We'll finalize everything. New for 2022, we are requiring a $200 deposit. That is a non-refundable deposit, which we are going to accept over the phone via credit card. So that is a new change. In the last year or two, we are approximately getting 70 to 100 cancellations per year. So this is a part of our new world that we live in, but it's time consuming and it can be frustrating. So that's why we're implementing the deposits for 2022. Next question we get all the time is, can we rent a bounce house, a moonwalk, a restroom trailer, concessions, a photo booth? And the answer to that question is absolutely yes, but not through us. At Poupard Tent Rental, we offer tents, tables, chairs, and the few extras that we listed. All the other things are through separate businesses, and Poupard Tent Rental and Poupard Moonwalk are 2 separate businesses, and we obviously bounce a lot of business back and forth, but we are not the same business, not the same crews, not the same trucks and trailers, completely separate in every way, and that's a very common misconception. We're going to list the website and the phone number for Poupard Moonwalks, which again has the restroom trailers, the inflatables, also known as moonwalks. I have some dunk tanks, mechanical bowls, things like that. That's all through Poupard Moonwalks. A separate business is a TC Party Rental, which we recommend for concessions. So they have hot dog machine, slushy machine, cotton candy, pucker powder, things like that. They also offer a photo mirror, which is an interactive photo booth that is touchscreen and very, very cool machine. So we're going to put that information in there as well. Again, that's called TC Party Rental for that type of stuff. So please, again, Poupard Tent Rental, only tents, tables, chairs, and the few extras that we have listed. Can I rent just a tent or just tables and chairs? The answer to that question is sometimes. Sometimes yes, sometimes no. During our busy season, we try to not break up the tents with the tables and chairs or vice versa. We want to keep those together as a package because if I rent a customer all my tables and chairs and then I have tent sitting there vacant and another customer may or may not want just a tent. So during the busy months of June, July, and sometimes August, we won't rent just the tent or just tables and chairs. During our slow months, that is something we will consider, and that will be a case-by-case decision. But if you're calling in April or May for an event, chances are we'll be willing to accommodate. Same thing for late in the year, such as end of September or October, we may be willing to be flexible on those things. When do we set up and when do we take down? So we typically set up 1 to 2 days before the event, and we take down 1 to 2 days after the event. So if your party's on Saturday, typically we'll set up on a Thursday or Friday, and then we'll take down on Sunday or Monday. I call all the customers every week, so the week of your event you can expect to hear from me between Monday and Wednesday. So I'll reach out to you and I'll say, hey, we'd like to set up on this date at this time, and confirm that that time works for both of us. And then for teardown, we don't need anybody there. We'll just come in and grab everything. Please don't fold or stack anything. That's our job and a service that we provide. Does the tent have a floor? Common question we get when we're setting up is we use a tarp, usually the same size tarp as your tent, to lay it out on the ground. This helps us and the customer map out in the yard where we want the tent and to see if there's any obstructions or things in our way. So that tarp does not stay there, and that is just a template only. It also helps prevent any debris or dirt or mud or whatever stick to the bottom of our tents, which we take pride in keeping very clean and pretty for you guys. So no floors in the tents. What area do we service? That's going to be Monroe County, Michigan only. Very rarely will we bend on this, especially during our busy season. So we're not going to go south into Ohio. Typically won't go west or north into Wayne County. So it's going to be a Monroe County rental only. Are there sides for the tent? Absolutely yes. We provide sides for the tent in any measurement that you would like. We charge $1 per foot, and they can be added or canceled at any time. Some customers like to add the sides up front when they book it. So say it was a 20 by 40 tent, typically we'd recommend 50% of the tent covered, and we feel like that generally protects you from wind and weather. So again, 20 by 40 tent, we would recommend 60 foot of sides, which would be a 40 foot side and a 20 foot side. And then as we get closer to your date, if it turns out to be a nice day and you don't need the sides or want the sides, you can cancel those at any time, even up including to when we show up, and we will deduct that total from your bill. And vice versa, you can wait until that week and add them at a later time when we get close to the event. If it looks like bad weather, we just caution you that if you're adding sides, chances are everybody else is adding sides too, and there is a chance that we can run out of sidewalls. But they cost $1 per foot for sides. So if you want a 40 foot side, it costs you $40. And again, we can kind of adjust that on the fly. Can you set up a tent over a driveway? The answer is yes. However, you need a frame tent. So there's a difference between a frame tent and a pole tent, basically how the tent's constructed. A pole tent you cannot set up over a driveway, at least without some kind of weight system, which we do not provide or offer. So frame tent is the only option. We do only currently have one of those frame tents. It comes in a size of 20 by 20, 20 feet by 20 feet, and that typically seats 6 tables and 48 chairs, so seating for 48 people. The driveway, however, needs to meet certain requirements, and that is it cannot be wider than 28 to 30 feet wide. So if I have a 20-foot tent and I put a stake 4 to 5 feet out on this side, and I put a stake 4 to 5 feet out on this side, that gets me to that 28 feet-ish, 28 to 30 feet. If the driveway is wider than that, then I have nowhere to put stakes in. The stakes on a frame tent don't actually provide any structural support. It just helps the tent not catch wind and move or want to blow away on you. So that's why we like to at least put 2 to 4 stakes in a frame tent, one in each corner preferably. But a frame tent does not have center poles that touch the ground. A frame tent also does not have the outside center pole. So on a frame tent, it has a cable system, and there will only be one pole in each corner. So a total of 4 poles that touch the ground, whereas a pole tent would have 9 poles that touch the ground, including a center pole and outside center poles, and that a pole tent would need 12 stakes and ropes to hold it up with tension and support. So that's a breakdown on a frame tent and a pole tent. When should I book for next year? So we take reservations January 1st for that year. So for 2022, we will be accepting reservations January 1st of 2022. If you're looking at 2023, it'll be January 1st of 2023. You are welcome to reach out to us, and we will put you on a waiting list of customers, and I do have a fairly good list of people waiting for me to contact them back. That will be done at the first of the year on a first come, first served basis. Can we put 2 tents together? If you're having a larger event, we're happy to provide multiple tents. I encourage people to not put tents directly together, and the reason for that is the stakes and ropes of one tent and the stakes and ropes from the other tent will go into the opposing tent. So if I butt 2 tents up right together, the stakes from the one rope will be 3-4 foot inside of the other tent, and the stakes from this tent will be 3-4 foot inside of that tent. It creates a big trip hazard, and personally, I just don't like it. My recommendation is to have tents approximately 10 foot apart, and then we would have 4 foot of stakes and ropes from this tent, 4 foot of stakes and ropes from this tent, and it would still give you a 2 or 3 foot walkway between the tents for people to travel safely. The next one is a question we don't really get, but I thought it was a good public service announcement. Please know, or at least make the attempt to know, what utilities you have in the area that you're trying to put these tents. So do you have sprinkler lines? Do you have an outbuilding in the backyard where there's electricity run to, or water, or whatever the case? Do you have a septic system? Things like that. We need to know that when we're driving these stakes that there's nothing in the ground there. We don't want to cause any problems for our customers. So please be aware of what's in the ground. If you don't know, you're welcome to call Miss Dig, and hopefully they will have them records on file. They can come out and mark them for you, or potentially check with the previous owner, whatever you need to do to make sure that we're putting in our stakes in a safe environment for both us and for the homeowners. Round tables. We do get asked for round tables occasionally. We do have up to 10 round tables at this time. They are 60-inch in diameter, and we only have 10, and that is on purpose. They are not fun to transport. They take up about twice the room of a 8-foot rectangular table that we have the rest of. So for those reasons, we have 10 of them. I'm happy to do them. It's on a first come, first served basis. They still seat 8 chairs per table. So whether you're getting an 8-foot rectangular table or a 60-inch round table, we will still put the same amount of tables and chairs at them, and there is no cost difference. So first come, first serve on the round tables. If you do not specifically request round tables, and we do not discuss that on the phone, then you will be receiving 8-foot rectangular tables. Lifetime tables. Last question, when and how do I pay the balance of the rental? So after we receive your $200 deposit via the telephone, we will receive the rest of the balance on the day that we set up for you at the agreed upon date and time when we come out and set up. Once you're happy with everything, we will set up every table and chair underneath the tents. We always have, and we will clean and disinfect every table and chair right there on site. That happens at every single job. At that point, once we're all done, set up, you're happy with everything, we will accept the remaining balance in cash on that day, on that Thursday or Friday, whenever we're setting up for you. The only exception we're going to make is if it's a commercial job at a business and they don't have cash to make a payment. We'll accept a check at that point, or potentially a credit card to pay that remaining balance. So I hope this answered your question. I hope this was worth your time to watch. Thank you so much for all the business. We greatly appreciate it. We take great pride in serving Monroe County and doing a great job for every customer. Please check out our reviews on Google. We have a Facebook page. We have a website, which of course is all going to be listed for you guys. Again, my name is Kelly Poupard, and I greatly appreciate all of your time, your business over the years, all of the thousands of parties that we've been to and set up for, and wonderful customers we've had. Thank you for being great to work with. We look forward to a great 2022 season. We hope everyone is safe, happy, healthy, and we look forward to providing some great rental supplies and service to you very soon. Please call the number again if you have any other questions. If there's anything we didn't cover, please check out the website for current prices that will be listed there, as well as lots of pictures and things for you to check out. So thanks again for your time. We appreciate it. Take care.